welcome on this beautiful Wednesday. David Highfield is off this week, so we continue to invite special guests to join us while he's away. I am excited to meet today's guest and introduce you to her, Rachael Lippencott of the University of Pittsburgh and writer of the New York Times best-selling young adult novel, 5 Feet Apart. If you haven't heard of her book yet, you will. A movie of the same name is being released in theaters nationwide this Friday about 2 teens with cystic fibrosis. We'll talk with Rachael in just a moment, but first, here's a look at the movie trailer for 5 Feet Apart, starring Haley Lou Richardson and Cole Sprouse.
This is my life with cystic fibrosis.
Hi, Barb. I'm still get that thing out of my face.
What would I do without you?
You'd die.
People with CF aren't supposed to get within 6 feet because we could end up catching each other's bacteria. You followed me.
With the intent of introducing myself, I'm Will Newman.
You're the kind of guy that ignores the rules because it makes you feel in control. Am I right?
You're not wrong.
You think that's cute?
Do you think it's cute?
There's no room for fear.
Do you know how lucky you are to be here?
Nothing is going to save our lives. We're breathing borrowed air.
These meds are not optional.
Yeah, that's probably why they keep shoving them down my throat.
Okay, we're gonna do our treatments together, so that way I know you're actually doing them.
Shake on it.
Funny.
Baby, it hits to my chest. Maybe
Don't tell me the one time you're interested in some guy, he's also got CF.
I just helped him set up his med cart.
I know you, Stella. Organizing a med card is like foreplay.
6 feet apart at all times. You both know the rules. You catch his infection and you can kiss new lungs goodbye.
Just so powerful even watching that trailer.
Oh my gosh, I know. I tear up every time.
So Rachael, you have to tell us about how you got involved in this project.
Absolutely. So yeah, I went to the University of Pittsburgh. I graduated in the winter of 2017. And while I was there, I took writing youth literature with a young adult author and an amazing mentor named Siobhan Vivian. And she called me in March of last year and she said that there was this opportunity to take this screenplay, 5 Feet Apart, and turn it into a book. So I got a hold of the screenplay and I read through it and I fell absolutely in love with the characters and the story and just kind of the mission behind this entire project to raise awareness about cystic fibrosis. And yeah, I wrote a first chapter and I submitted it and I somehow managed to get picked to do it, which is crazy.
Unbelievable. So does that typically happen this way, that you have a screenplay first and then it's adapted to a novel and then we see it on the big screen?
Yeah. I don't think typically, but it is done. It's something called an intellectual property, and yeah, there are times where a screenplay is adapted into a book. There's also times when a screenplay is written and may not necessarily be made into a movie, but they see an opportunity to make that into a book. So that kind of thing does happen.
So tell me about the research that went into this, because did you know anything about cystic fibrosis beforehand?
Oh my gosh, no, I did not, which was insane. But yeah, the amount of research that went into this, well, starting off with the fact that the screenplay, the idea originated when Justin Baldoni, the director of the movie, became friends with Claire Wineland, who was a YouTuber and a CF advocate, and she had cystic fibrosis. So that was the origination of the idea. So what ended up happening was the screenplay was written by Mickey Daughtry and Tobias Iaconis, and every draft of that screenplay was looked over by Claire Wineland and, vetted by CF advisors and experts. And so when I got the screenplay, it was really just this beautiful foundation where so much work had been put into it, so much care had been put into it. So from there, it was all about, learning about it and doing all the research and getting it also vetted by experts.
Well, and it's a beautiful story, and of course they have to keep their distance from each other, as you can tell from the trailer. But can you explain a little bit more about that story, about that bond that's formed between these two patients?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think what's so wonderful is that Stella and Will are just complete polar opposites, which I think is really interesting. And I think especially writing the book, tackling the book, we decided to do a dual point of view. So we decided to give both Stella and Will time to, to share the space of the story. And I think that was really interesting because you kind of see these two people handling and experiencing their disease in very different ways. You have Will, who's just kind of, rebellious, always goes against the rules. And then you have Stella, who is by the book, does everything, crosses her T's, dots her I's, super type A, so it was really interesting, delving into that and exploring that relationship and seeing how, at first they butt heads and then they, kind of learn that they can kind of like learn and grow and become better because of each other.
So the title of both the novel and the movie, 5 feet apart.
Yeah, 5 feet apart.
But we hear the nurse mention, you know, you have to be 6 feet apart
at all times.
So how do they get to that 5 feet part?
That's really interesting. That's a huge point, and actually, it's a wonderful scene in both the book and the movie where you know, Stella and Stella records this video. She is a YouTuber similar to Claire, and she has this moment where she's talking about how, you know, cystic fibrosis has taken so much from her through the years, and this is kind of her, you know, reclaiming 1 foot, reclaiming just that 1 foot back, and kind of just taking and stealing something for herself. So she's going to be the thief this time. Yeah, yeah.
What have you learned about cystic fibrosis? Because what I find really fascinating about this whole thing too is how much you've learned and how the movie and the book are spreading awareness about the disease, and not only that, but raising money for research.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, I have learned so much, especially like in writing this. When I talked to the screenplay writers, Mickey and Tobias, they told me watch Claire Wineland's videos, and I did that. Oh my gosh, I just poured over them. I would go on Reddit forums. If I didn't know something, I always had somebody to ask, or I had, you know, a YouTube video that I could find and watch. But yeah, just learning about the community, meeting people. I've become great friends with a mom of a CFer in Des Moines, Iowa. But yeah, just the amount of research that was done was just like the amount of care that was put into just trying to make it as accurate as possible, while, you know, the romanticizing of
what happens
books and stories, you know.
There's a music video that goes with the movie. And they have clips of the movie in the music video, but it is raising money for research.
Yeah. So it's actually raising money for Claire's Place Foundation, which is Claire's legacy. She passed away in the fall of last year from complications from a lung transplant. So, so 10% of Andy Grammer's proceeds are going to her amazing foundation to keep her legacy alive and to help individuals and families with cystic fibrosis, which is amazing.
Well, and you mentioned this mom that you've become close with, and when you're speaking with some of these families and learning more about their stories and what they're going through, a lot of them are just hoping to find a cure to help their kids, to help their family members.
Yeah, and that's the number one thing. There's no cure for cystic fibrosis now, and this is really, you know, the entire project was all about raising awareness. And I think at the start of this, only 4% of people knew about cystic fibrosis in the U.S. And obviously now, you know, I'm talking about it on TV. There's, you know, national conversations that are finally starting to happen. So this movie is a great starting point for dialogue about CF. This is a great starting point to put, you know, the spotlight and the limelight on this disease that does not have a cure yet. And I really just hope that this is an amazing fundraising year, and this is really the start of, you know.
Well, you can see where your passion lies with this project. But again, it's such a great accomplishment for you too. Your first published novel, and you've landed on the New York Times bestseller list.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm still blown away. I think I'm still a little shell-shocked at all that. But yeah, this is an amazing opportunity for me. This last year has just been absolutely incredible.
Well, and you're from Philadelphia. You live now in Pittsburgh. We've kind of claimed you,
yes,
which is
you
wonderful.
Have. It's so true.
I don't know how you do it, but in addition to writing a wonderful novel, you also operate a food truck.
I do operate a food truck. Yeah, it was actually kind of funny. I found out that I got the opportunity to do this on a Friday, and then the next Monday we actually opened our food truck for the first time. So I didn't sleep, but yeah, I do own a food truck. It's called Lone Wolf Grill. We serve grilled items. We have a rotating menu, but it's super awesome. We're around. We do businesses and you know, breweries in the evenings usually, and
very fun
events all around Pittsburgh.
Well, it's amazing what you've done with this book, and I really hope that it does exactly what you're hoping to, that it spreads awareness about the disease and raises some money for research.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much,
Thanks
Rachel.
So much.
What
it was
a
great
pleasure.
Talking to you.
And again, 5 Feet Apart, the movie is out in theaters nationwide this Friday. It's a CBS film by KDKA's parent company. The book is published by Simon & Schuster, a division of CBS. You'll find it online and in bookstores now. Make sure to read this book. Go to PittsburghTodayLive.com to learn more about the project and how you can also donate to the CF Foundation and Claire's Place.